If you never learned that difference, someone more disciplined than you has been writing parts of your life without asking permission. A manipulator scans for tiny signals. You explain yourself too quickly. You laugh before they do. You text back in seconds. That tells them your center is outside you, and that makes you easy to move. The strongest social players know when to speak, when to hold eye contact half a second longer, and when to wait, when to leave a question unanswered. Your mind hates unfinished loops, so you fill silence with effort, secrets, and emotional labor they never earned. Predictable attention feels safe, then ordinary, then invisible. Intermittent attention hits harder. That is why some people keep you warm, then cold, then warm again. They are training your brain to chase relief and call it chemistry. You meet someone, feel a spark, and hand over your schedule, your focus, your emotional stability. Soon your mood depends on one notification. She did not cast a spell. Your brain simply attached reward to inconsistency and started begging for the next drop. You keep your pace under pressure. You do not rush to repair awkward moments. You let people reveal themselves. That restraint feels dangerous because most people are addicted to proving they are harmless, useful, and acceptable. The room notices who can tolerate discomfort. If someone teases you and you over-explain, your status drops. If someone challenges you and you smile, pause, then answer cleanly, the frame shifts. Manipulators understand your identity better than your opinions. If they can make you feel like the hero, the rebel, the savior, or the misunderstood man, they can guide your decisions. People rarely control you by arguing facts. They control you by attaching your ego to a role you become desperate to protect. That is why flattery can be more dangerous than insult. An insult wakes you up. Flattery lowers your guard. Someone says you are different, mature, stronger than other men. It feels precise. You relax. Then you start performing for the image they handed you, and they gain access to your time and compliance. Some people reveal pain early, fast, and with perfect timing. You feel trusted. You feel chosen. Sometimes it is genuine. Sometimes it is bait. If your empathy outruns your judgment, you will volunteer for a rescue mission that slowly turns into emotional captivity. A person can create tension, then become the one who relieves it. They criticize lightly, withdraw, create confusion, then return with warmth. Your nervous system records the relief and bonds to the source. This is why chaotic relationships can feel intense, intimate, and nearly impossible to leave. You can see the same mechanic in groups. One dominant personality sets the emotional weather. A joke at your expense. A raised eyebrow when you speak. A slight delay before accepting your point. None of it looks serious alone. It teaches everyone how much respect you are allowed to receive. They try to win every exchange. They become louder, sharper, more reactive. Bad move. High-level social control is usually quiet. You name the behavior once. You stay composed. You do not beg the group to validate you. The person chasing approval always looks lower. Power often sits with whoever can walk away internally first. That does not mean becoming cold or fake. It means your self-respect does not collapse when affection fluctuates. If your standards vanish the moment attraction appears, you become negotiable. People sense that faster than you think. You can desire someone without kneeling mentally. You can care without surrendering judgment. You can hear praise without floating off and hear criticism without folding. That steadiness changes how people treat you almost immediately. Your body leaks your inner hierarchy, eyes darting to check reactions, shoulders tightening before you speak, nervous smiling after a statement, fast agreement. These are not tiny details. They are data.
It looks like the U-text you provided is empty or not there. If you have specific text for me to read, feel free to share it and I'll read it out loud.
Other people read them in seconds and decide whether to test you, trust you, desire you, or dismiss you. Slow down your responses. Delay the reflex to explain. Ask one more question before revealing your position. Keep plans, sleep, training, and work intact when attraction enters your life. Structure protects you from emotional improvisation. And improvisation is where manipulation feeds. You also need to study your own appetite for control. Everyone loves exposing manipulators until they notice the same hunger in themselves, wanting admiration, fishing for reactions, using silence to punish, posting for jealousy, testing loyalty through confusion. Human behavior gets darker when insecurity finds technique and calls itself strategy. So use awareness carefully, but do not worship them. If every conversation becomes a power contest, you rot from the inside. Strong people can influence, dangerous people need to. Pay attention. The final trap is thinking this knowledge makes you immune. It does not. The people who get played hardest are often the ones convinced they can read everyone. Pride opens doors that caution would lock. Somewhere in your life, someone calm is measuring your needs, your loneliness, and your blind spots.